Fear of selling is a real thing, and it doesn't have to be. Just like many things, the fear starts in our thinking, in our habit of thinking. In other words, it is an attitude. And the good news about attitudes is they can change, and they can change quickly. In this video, you will learn how to overcome your fear of selling. And if you also recruiting as well. The good news is that it's mostly your mindset. And when your thinking shifts, you will find the process of making a sale becomes much easier. In other words, we will teach you how to start making money instantly with a simple shift in your thinking. Hi, I'm Lorna Rasmussen, and this channel is devoted to helping you build a profitable business so you can live the life of your dreams, whatever that dream may be. For me, it's being in Costa Rica, where I live and work. As we say in Costa Rica, pura vida, pure life. Before we get started, please help this channel by subscribing down below. That way you won't miss any of the new content. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. So let's get started. We've previously talked about the aversion many people have to sell or think of themselves as salespeople. It's most likely coming from the fact that we have these experiences with really inept and sleazy salespeople. They're out there, right? We think of sales as being high pressure, pushing people to buy something they don't want or need, forcing them to make a purchase because the salesperson needs to make a sale and a commission. And they have even found themselves doing a version of the same thing when they tried their hand at selling. Not surprising, because that's what they've seen. Here is the truth of the matter. People like to buy. They don't like to be sold. So it isn't that people don't want to know about a product or service. They just don't want to feel that their learning about it will result in them being pushed to buy it. So they enter a sales presentation, and you've told them probably in so many words that it is a sales presentation, and they put their defenses up. What I want to show you today is how to get those defenses down, their curiosity up, so that they are more likely to buy. The first thing is to let them know that this is not going to be a situation where you expect them to buy. While there are a lot of ways to do that, one of the easiest is in the context of reaching out to people you know, is to ask for their help. What sleazy salesperson does that? You can say simply, I want you to know about something that I'm doing so that you'll be able to help me. You can add some ideas with approaches or with referrals to people you think might need the product. So this is your opening. Next, you will simply go over the information with enthusiasm and examples, but don't act over the top. If you aren't usually a demonstrative person, don't suddenly become one. If you're quiet and you talk quietly, then keep that language. Don't use sales language that doesn't sound like you. In other words, be yourself. Have a conversation, easy and relaxed. I encourage you to use brochures, videos, charts about the product, something that will help you. We call it use a third party. So they're not getting all their information from you. It's also coming via these other collateral materials, they're called. Being slick will not help you. Being yourself and simply demonstrating the product and your belief in it is the best. And you should all have your own story about how you've been using it. If you don't have your own stories, maybe you're new, tell the stories of people who your prospects would identify with. If you're talking to a teacher, it's a story about a teacher. If you're talking to a doctor, it's a story from a doctor. In the end, what you want to do here is find out what questions your presentation raised for them. You can ask an indirect question like, what did you like best about what I just showed you? This should prompt a response. If they are interested in it, what you showed, they'll likely ask questions. The more specific the questions about the product and how it works can be an indication of their own personal interest in it. Then, in keeping with your original commitment to them, you should ask a question like, does anyone come to mind who should hear about this? Or you can even be more direct and ask, who do you know who? And then fill in that blank with a description of the need of your best prospect. So an example would be, who do you know who has children in high school? If you have a product that would be perfect for those kind of people. Who do you know who is afraid that they are going to be hacked on their computer? If you have a product that helps that. Who do you know whose children have acne? Whatever the problem is, and you have the solution, you ask them, who do you know with that particular problem? A referral can often be as valuable or more than your own prospect. And if you do this correctly, you will find people who also want to become your customers. In other words, that person that's giving you referrals kind of sells themselves on the idea of being a customer. Overall, with selling, your mindset and your attitude is the most important component. The story of my first sales call kind of illustrates this in a way that was very painful for me at the time, but I kind of laugh at it now. I just purchased a training franchise. I got trained. I was ready to go out and sell. So I arranged to show it to somebody I had been introduced to through a friend at a Rotary Club. We agreed to meet at a local restaurant, and on the way over, I started to imagine how the meeting would go. In my imagination, this person became enormous. They became angry. They became belligerent. I was left in tears. This is what was on my mind as I went into that meeting. I did a fairly decent presentation. He has great questions, was very nice. And while I didn't make a sale, I learned a valuable lesson. I was in control of my expectations. I am in control. I could imagine my sale presentation going any way I wanted. There was real power in imagining the best results. If I'd only imagined him either buying or giving me a referral, how much better would it have gone? I hope you got the message about the importance of mindset in sales. I would say it's critical. And believe me when I say that you deserve a life you love, because this channel is devoted to helping you achieve that. Again, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you get notification of each week's videos. We will be exploring how to more effectively build your business, what tools and resources you need, and support to help you create a profitable business, thus a life you love, because that's what you deserve. I'll see you on the next video.